27th February 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, the Father has come to liberate you from the kingdom of Ravan and to grant you salvation. He has come to change you, residents of hell, into residents of heaven. Question: what has the Father reminded you children, you people of Bharat, about? Answer: O children, people of Bharat, you were residents of heaven. 5000 years ago, Bharat was heaven. There were palaces studded with diamonds and jewels. You were the masters of the whole world. The earth and the sky all belonged to you. Bharat was the Shivalaya established by Shivbaba. There was purity there. Such a Bharat is now going to be created once again. Song: show the path to the blind, dear God. Om Shanti. You sweetest spiritual children, souls, heard the song. Who said this? The spiritual father of souls. The spiritual children said to the spiritual father, O Baba. He is called Ishwar and also the Father. Which Father? The Supreme Father, because there are two fathers, a worldly one and the one from beyond this world. A worldly father's children call out to the Father from beyond this world, Oh Baba. Acha, what is Baba's name? Shiva. He is incorporeal and is worshipped. He is called the Supreme Father. A worldly father cannot be called the Supreme. There is only the one highest and high Father of all souls, all human souls. Remember that one Father. Souls have forgotten who their Father is. They call out, Oh God, the Father, give us blind ones sight to have. We can recognize our Father. Liberate us from stumbling along on the path of devotion. They call out to the Father for a third eye with which to receive salvation and to meet Him. This is because it is in the Father who comes in Bharat every cycle and makes it into heaven. It is now the Iron Age. After this, the Golden Age has to come. This is the most elevated confluence age. The unlimited Father comes and makes those who have become impure and corrupt into the most elevated beings. They, means Lakshmi and Narayan, were the most elevated in Bharat. It used to be the kingdom of the dynasty of Lakshmi and Narayan 5000 years ago in the Golden Age. It was the kingdom of Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan. Baba reminds you children of all this. 5000 years ago, you people of Bharat were the residents of heaven. All are now the residents of hell. 5000 years ago, Bharat was heaven. There is a lot of praise of what Bharat was. There were golden palaces studded with diamonds. Now there is nothing. At that time, there were no other religions. There was only the Sun dynasty. Even the Moon dynasty came later. The Father explains, you belong to the Sun dynasty. Even today, they continue to build temples to Lakshmi and Narayan. However, no one knows when it was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan or how they attend that. People continue to worship them, but they don't understand anything. Therefore, that is blind faith. They worship Shiva and Lakshmi and Narayan, but they don't know the biography of any of them. The people of Bharat themselves now say, we are impure. Baba, the one who purifies us impure ones, come come and liberate us from sorrow and from Ravan's kingdom. Only the Father comes and liberates everyone. You children know that there really was one kingdom in the golden age. Even Bapuji, means Gandhi, used to say that he wanted the kingdom of Ram. The religion of the household which has become impure has to become pure. We want to become residents of heaven. You can see what the condition of the residents of hell has now become. This is called hell, the divine world. This Bharat was the deity world. The Father sits here and explains how you have taken 84 births and not 8.4 million births. The Father explains originally you were residents of the land of peace. You have come here to play your parts. You have played parts for 84 births. You definitely have to take rebirth. There are 84 rebirths. The unlimited Father has now come to give you children your unlimited inheritance. The Father is talking to you children, you souls. In other spiritual gatherings, human beings tell human beings things of the path of devotion. For half the cycle, when Bharat was heaven, there wasn't a single impure being. At this time, there isn't a single pure being. This is the impure world. They have written in the Gita that God Krishna speaks, but he didn't speak the Gita. Those people don't even know the scriptures of their own religion. They have even forgotten their own religion. There is not a Hindu religion. There are four main religions. First is the original eternal deity religion. The sun and moon dynasties together are called the deity religion, deitism. There was no mention of sorrow there. You were in the land of happiness for 21 births. Then the kingdom of Ravan, the path of devotion began. The path of devotion is for coming down. Devotion is the night and knowledge is the day. It is now the night of total darkness. There are two terms, Shiv Jayanti, the birthday of Shiva, and Shivratri, the night of Shiva. When does shivbaba come? During the night. The Father comes when the people of Bharat are in total darkness. They continue to worship dolls without knowing the biography of anyone. The scriptures of the path of devotion had to be created. This drama and world cycle have to be understood. This knowledge isn't in the scriptures. That is the knowledge of devotion, philosophy. That knowledge is not for the path of salvation. The Father says, I come and give you real knowledge through Brahma. People call out, show us the path to the land of happiness and peace. The Father says, 5000 years ago, there was heaven over the whole world which you ruled. When it was the kingdom of the Sun dynasty, all the rest of the souls were in the land of peace. 900,000 have been remembered there. 5000 years ago, your children were made very wealthy. You were given so much wealth. So, what did you do with it all? You were so wealthy. Bharat was the most elevated land of all. In fact, it is the pilgrimage place for all because it is the birthplace of the purified Father. The Father comes and grants salvation to those of all religions. It is now Ravan's kingdom over the whole world, not just Lanka. The five vices exist in everyone. There were no vices when it was the Sun dynasty kingdom. Bharat was viceless then, it is now vicious. It was the deity community of the golden age. They took 84 births and have now become the devilish community. They are to become the deity community again. Bharat used to be very wealthy. It has now become poor. That is why it begs for aid. The father says, "You are so wealthy, no one else can receive the happiness that you receive. You were the masters of the whole world. The earth and the sky all belong to you." The father reminds you that Bharat was the temple of Shiva, means Shivalaya, which was established by Shivbaba. There was purity there and the deities ruled that new world. The people of Bharat do not even know what the relationship between Radhe and Krishna was. Each belonged to a separate kingdom. Then, on their marriage, they became Lakshmi and Narayan. No human being has this knowledge. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge. He gives you this spiritual knowledge. Only the Father can give you this spiritual knowledge. The Father now says, "Become soul conscious. Remember me, your Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva." Only by having remembrance will you become Satupradhan. You come here to change from humans into deities, that is, from impure to pure. This is now the kingdom of Ravan. The kingdom of Ravan begins on the path of devotion. It wasn't that Ravan abducted only one Sita. All of those who do devotion are in Ravan's claws. The whole world is in Ravan's jail of the five vices. Everyone is now experiencing sorrow in the cottage of sorrow. The Father comes and liberates everyone. The Father is now creating heaven once again. It isn't that those who have a lot of wealth are in heaven. No, it is now hell. All are impure, and this is why they go to bath in the Ganges. They believe that the Ganges is the purifier. However, no one becomes pure. Only the Father and not the river should be called the purifier. All of that belongs to the path of devotion. Only the Father comes and explains all of these things. You now know that one is a worldly father, the other is Prajapita Brahma, the subtle father. And then there is also the father from beyond this world. There are three fathers. Shivbaba establishes the Brahman religion through Prajapita Brahma. Brahmins are taught Raj Yoga in order for them to become deities. The Father only comes once and teaches you souls Raj Yoga. Souls take rebirth. The soul says, "I shed my body and take another." The Father says, "Consider yourselves to be souls and remember me, your Father, and you will become pure." Don't remember any bodily beings. This is now the end of the land of death. The land of immortality is being established. All the rest of the innumerable religions are to be destroyed. In the golden age, there is just the one deity religion. Then in the silver age, there is the moon dynasty, Ram and Sita. Baba reminds you children of the whole world cycle. Only the Father establishes the land of peace and happiness. Human beings cannot grant salvation to human beings. All of them are gurus of the path of devotion. People on the path of devotion make many images and worship them and then go to say, "Drawn, drawn." They worship the images a great deal and feed them, means offer them food. However, it is the Brahmin priest who ate it all. That is called the worship of dolls. There is so much blind faith. Now, who can explain to them? The Father says, "You are now God's children. You are now studying Raj Yoga with the Father. This kingdom is being established. Many subjects have to be created. Only a handful out of the few became kings. The golden age is called the garden of flowers. It is now a jungle of thorns. The kingdom of Ravan is now changing. This destruction has to take place. Only you Brahmins receive this knowledge. Even Lakshmi and Narayan do not have this knowledge. This knowledge disappears. No one on the path of devotion knows the Father. Only the Father is the Creator. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar are also the creation. When God is called omnipresent, everyone becomes the Father, in which case there would be no right to the inheritance. The Father comes and gives all of you children your inheritance. Only the Father is the bestower of salvation. It is explained that the only one who take 84 births are those who go into golden age first. How many births would the Christians take? Perhaps about 40 births. This calculation can be made. People stumble around so much searching for the one God. You do not now have to stumble anymore. You just have to remember the one Father. This is the pilgrimage of remembrance. This is the Godfatherly University of the Purifier. You souls are studying. Sages and holy men say that souls are immune to the effect of action. It is souls that have to take rebirth according to their actions. It is souls that perform good or bad actions. At this time, your actions have become sinful. In the golden age, actions are neutral. There are no sinful actions there. That is the world of charitable souls. All of these matters have to be understood and explained. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, number wise according to the effort in changing thorns into flowers, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, do the service of changing thorns into flowers and of establishing the garden of flowers, the golden age. Do not perform any bad actions. Second point, tell everyone the spiritual knowledge that the Father gives you. Make effort to become soul conscious. Only remember the one Father and no bodily being. Blessing. May you be an embodiment of virtues and stay in the highest stage with the constant awareness of your royal family. Explanation. Those who belong to the royal family never but their feet on the ground or in the dirt. Here, body consciousness is the dirt. So, do not go down into it, but always remain far above that dirt. Always have the awareness that you are the children of the highest on high Father's royal family. Those with a high stage and your vision will not go down below. Constantly see yourself as an embodiment of virtues and stay in the highest stage. When you see weaknesses, continue to finish them. If you repeatedly think about them, that will remain. Slogan. Someone who is royal gives the experience of the royalty of purity through his cheerful and happy face. Om Shanti.